Imagine walking into a hospital carrying the cure to so many diseases right under your skin but not even know it. A woman named Henrietta Lacks went to Johns Hopkins Hospital to be treated for cervical cancer. Upon studying a tissue sample taken from Miss Lacks, the doctor treating her realized he had discovered a line of immortal cells within the sample. Her cells were special because while other cells die, her cells would divide and survive through endless generations. She was born on August 1st, 1920, and had 5 other siblings, but after her mom passed away in 1924, she was sent to live in a log cabin with her grandfather and cousin. Henrietta was a simple tobacco farmer in Roanoke, Virginia, with her husband and 5 children. January 29, 1951, Henrietta Lacks drove to Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland. It is thought that Henrietta had received venereal diseases from her husband after he had been out with other women. At the time, Johns Hopkins was one of the only hospitals in the area accepting people of color. The hospital was founded on February 22, 1876, by an inventor and merchant named Johns Hopkins. She then started taking radium treatments for her cancer. Radium treatments are a type of drug that is injected through your veins and absorbed into the bones, with an end goal of trying to kill the tumor cells within the patient's body. At the time, radium treatment was the best treatment for trying to kill tumor cells and was the only treatment available to Henrietta. Henrietta originally went into the hospital for a lump on her cervix. The doctors then decided she had cervical cancer. The doctors found an immortal cell line that was studied and then profited off due to the research they were able to conduct. The Lacks family were not told of the cells until almost 22 years later, when Henrietta Lacks had already passed away. Because of this injustice, doctors are now reminded of the Hippocratic Oath and their responsibilities to uphold patient rights. After arriving at the hospital, a man named Dr. George Gee was taking tissue samples from all patients at the hospital, no matter your socioeconomic status. Dr. George Gee then spent over 35 years developing numerous breakthroughs at Johns Hopkins. The doctors then kept the new discovery from the Lacks family until almost 20 years later, well after the death of Henrietta. Dr. Gee ended up creating a new organization called the Society for In Vitro Biology, or the SIVB. The SIVB centered around furthering laboratory research around tissue culturing. It created new laboratory techniques and expanded the understanding of the human body. The organization also taught scientists methodologies and trained technical personnel. After Dr. Gee found the cells, they were then grown and shipped out all over the world and then studied. The doctors then created many cures and helped cancer as a whole worldwide. Many experiments were then conducted on the cells. The cells particularly led to advancements in chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is a treatment which helps people with blood cancer by stopping the reproduction of cancer cells. Characteristics that differentiated the cells from other cell lines were that the cells were easy to culture and would multiply rapidly. They are also known for their high susceptibility to viral infections. Like all doctors, upon graduation, Dr. George Gee had the responsibilities to respect the Hippocratic Oath. In the book, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, the author Rebecca Skloot says that it was the story of cells from an uncredited black woman becoming one of the most important tools in medicine. This shows that she was unnoticed and unrecognized for all that she did for the world. After being used and studied, her cells became so advanced and popular in the field of medicine that she is now referred to as the Mother of Medicine and was even awarded a Congressional Gold Medal. Johns Hopkins had a building built in honor of Henrietta for all that her cells did for the world. The building is used for the Berman Institute of Bioethics, a school of medicine and a place for research, education, and meetings. The Berman Institute of Bioethics was established in 1995 and is an organization that works on fixing health problems all over the world. It also includes working with the HeLa cells. The cells contributed greatly to helping scientists and doctors create cures for diseases such as COVID-19, polio, the study of leukemia, and even helped the research of zero gravity in outer space. All the advancements the cells provided, the doctor's actions were misguided and should have told Henrietta and her family sooner. The Hippocratic Oath is a sworn agreement that doctors take that says they will share all information with their patients. This oath was made by Hippocrates in the 5th century BC. Hippocrates is referred to as the father of medicine because of his advancements in the medical field. Doctors now know that they have to respect patient rights, such as being taken care of in a safe environment, receiving a second opinion, and being told from a doctor or other healthcare provider your diagnosis. Because the doctors in charge of Henrietta's care did not tell her they were using her cells for medical research, it illustrates a failure in the medical system and a lack of responsibility. Henrietta Lacks then passed away on October 4th, 1951, at the age of 31 due to cervical cancer. Doctors are now reminded that they have to uphold the responsibilities of the Hippocratic Oath and the rights of patients. The Lacks family never made any money off the cells despite going to court in 2021. Although they did not profit, they did reach a settlement with the company Thermo Fisher Scientific, who were the people selling her cells. Overall, Henrietta Lacks became known as the mother of medicine and helped create the cure to so many diseases.